Write a note on the fallout of the First World War. The First World War left a deep impact on European society and polity. The outcome in all countries was imbalance between the sexes, a shortage of men. Soldiers came to be placed above civilians. The war and its aftermath turned out to be a stirring period of history. The most striking of all was the rise and consolidation of the Soviet Union, the USSR, or the Union of Socialist and Soviet Republics as it was called. America entered the war as a debtor country, but it emerged as the money lender to the world in the aftermath of the war. Another outstanding event of this period was the awakening of the colonies and their inspired attempts to gain freedom. Give an account of popular uprisings in Russia. Even on 23 February 1917, when the socialists celebrated International Working Women's Day on that day, the Tsar seemed unchallengeable. But he had to abdicate on the morning of 2 March. Though none called for strikes, fearing that the time was not ripe for militant action. The bread shortages among women textile workers, many with husbands in the army, forced them to go on strike anyway and march through the factory areas of Petrograd, the capital of the Russian Empire. Masses of women workers demanding bread for workers waved their arms towards factory workers and shouted, "Come out, stop work." The city's 400,000 workers joined the movement the next day, 24 February. What was the outcome of the Russian Revolution? The Russian Communist Party eliminated illiteracy and poverty in Russia within a record time. Russian industry and agriculture had developed remarkably. Women were given equal rights, including rights to vote. Industries and banks were nationalized. Land was announced as social property. Land was distributed to poor peasants. Lenin thought the most important factor for the fall of provisional government was its failure to withdraw from World War. So Lenin immediately appealed for peace. Unmindful of the harsh terms dictated by the Central Powers, Lenin opted for withdrawing from the war to concentrate on the formation of new government. In March 1918, the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk was signed. What were the issues and incidents of violations of the League of Nations? One of the major problems confronting the European powers was how to achieve disarmament. In 1925, the Council of the League set up a commission to hold a disarmament conference to sort out the problem. But the proposed conference materialized only in February 1932. In this conference, Germany's demand of equality of arms with France was rejected. In October, Hitler withdrew Germany from the conference and the League. Japan attacked Manchuria in September 1931 and the League condemned Japan. So Japan also followed the example of Germany and resigned from the League. In the context of Italy's attack on Ethiopia, the League applied sanctions. As the sanctions came into effect, Italy resigned from the League in 1937. Thereafter, the League was a passive witness to events, taking no part in the crisis over the Rhineland, Austria, Czechoslovakia and Poland. The last decisive action it took was in December 1939 when Russia was expelled for her attack on Finland. The assembly did not meet again and the League of Nations was finally dissolved in 1946. Balkan Wars. Why was Balkan League formed? The Balkan League was formed by Russia to expel the Turks from the Balkans. Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria and Montenegro formed the Balkan League in March 1912 and defeated the Turkish forces in the First Balkan War. What was the outcome of the First Balkan War? The Turkish forces were defeated. The Treaty of London was signed in May 1913 and a new state of Albania was created. Turkey was reduced to the area around Constantinople. Who were defeated in this war? The Turkish forces. What was the name of the treaty signed at the end of this Second Balkan War? The Second Balkan War ended with the signing of the Treaty of Bucharest in August 1913.